American Film Institute is proud to present the 29th recipient of the AFI Life Achievement Award, the highest honor for a career in film. Ladies and gentlemen, Barbra Streisand.
What is your name?
It's Rose.
I'm Dr. Lowenstein.
Claudia Draper.
Ancho. Yentl.
Hillary Kramer.
Esther Hoffman.
Cheryl. Henrietta Robbins. Katie Morosky.
Judy Maxwell. Daisy Gamble.
Boris Wesley.
Dolly Levi.
Bryce. Fanny Bryce.
My name is Bo. I don't know how I know, but somehow I know what waits for me. Something's whispering to me, you know what you need to do. I'm opening a door I've never seen before, and something tells me where it's leading to. There are signs on the way and so many things I can't explain. It's as if there was someone taking me by the hand. It's all as if it's meant to be. On the way to becoming. In a world full of evens, I'm an odd. In a tank full of salmon, I'm a cod. On a tray full of scotch, I'm a vodka. On a plate full of crepes, I'm a vodka. I'm Brooklyn, but I'll be the Champs-Élysées. I'm a hot dog, but I'll be a chocolate souffle. I'm an egg cream, but I'll be a cafe au lait. The world may be from column B, but I'm from column A. From the beginning, I always knew that no one's ever gonna tell me what to do. I may be frightened, but I'm not afraid, 'cause nobody is gonna rain on my parade. In the dark of the Louis Kings, they're on Flatbush Avenue. There are stars overhead and stars on the silver screen. Gregory Peck, I could cry. Marlon Brando, I could die. I'm there with them in every scene. I know just what I want, and I know just what I'll wear. And if they don't like it, then what do I care? I wasn't born looking like everyone else, so why should I be the in the road could be. But it's the laughter I will remember. And what's more, I may drop an A on the way to becoming me. I march my band down. I beat my drum, and if I'm band down, my turn at bat, sir. At least I didn't fake it, ha, sir. Guess I didn't make it. Get ready for me, love, 'cause I'm a comer. Get ready. Gotta march my heart to my nobody, no, nobody is gonna rain on my parade on the way to becoming me.
Thank you. These are for you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the fabulous Lauren Frost. I'm Marvin Hamlish, and together with Alan and Marilyn Bergman, we met in secret to write that song for you, Barbara. By the way, I'm not leaving. I'll be at the piano tonight, so if you have any requests, just yell them out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Phyllis Diller.
That's right, Phyllis Diller, and I can see it. And I can see it in your faces. Half of you are thinking, what the hell is she doing here? And the other half are thinking, oh my God, I thought she was dead. Well, I am here because, believe it or not, Barbra Streisand opened for me. I was headlining in a chic little cellar basement thing. Dive in Greenwich Village, and called the Bonsoir, and I would stand in the wings every night and watch her, this 19-year-old child, out there on that stage, and every night the same strong emotion just flowed through me, rage. But that was a long time ago, Barbara, wasn't it? And of course, I still had my original face then. But enough about me. Tonight, it's about you, Barbara. You being honored by the AFI for your life achievement, and I am totally thrilled to be your opening act.
Learning is so beautiful to me, to learn something, to be a constant student. I feel like I'm a constant student, constantly learning. I'll never know enough about anything. about my craft, art, the world, history. I lived on Pulaski Street in Williamsburg. I remember singing in the halls, and there was a great echo system, so I thought when I sang, it really sounded good. People had an identity, you know, and I was the kid on the block that didn't have a father, but had a good voice. I remember nothing of my father. I was 15 months old when my father died. He was a PhD and a teacher. The first time I think I ever sang in public was at PS 25, with the skinny legs and the socks hanging down and the two bows. I graduated high school in 3.5 years, so I moved out of the house and got an apartment on the street of my acting school. I couldn't have a phony name. I couldn't change my name. So I just figured out if I took out the A, I'd be Barbra, but I'd still be Barbara.
I first met Barbara at the Kirk Conway studio, where we were both enrolled in an acting class. She was 16, and I was a lot of years older.
I told her I was going to enter a talent contest in the village, and she didn't know I could sing.
I said, Barbara, I've known you for 2 years, and I've never even heard you hum. Sing a song for us. And she said,
I can't sing unless I turn around and face the wall.
Oh, she sat on our kitchen table, faced the wall, and sang Harold Arlen's When a Bee Lies Sleeping. And when she turned around, Harvey and I were crying.
I was singing at the Lion, and Burke McHugh, who ran the Lion, thought I should audition for the Bonsoir around the corner. So he took me over there one night, and I think I sang 3 songs, and I got the job.
First time I met Barbara was at a nightclub in the village called the Bonsoir. I went there to see a friend of mine, Phil Leeds. Barbara was the opening act. I never heard of her. I told her that night that I believed that she was going to win every award out of the box first time. An Emmy, a Grammy, Tony, and an Oscar.
I think every great singer, and in our lifetimes, how many great pop singers have there been? Certainly Sinatra.
Judy.
Certainly Judy.
Yeah.
And certainly Barbara.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shirley MacLaine.
Numbers mean a lot to Barbara, and I don't mean numbers relating to dance numbers or singing numbers, but numerological numbers. And we talk about this quite often. You and I have got a number, and it's 24. First, the two of us are forever. Best of friends, born on the same day, a few years apart. More 24s. She won her first Grammy on February 24th. She gave birth to her son Jason when she was 24.
Did you notice the number of the tugboat in Funny Girl? 24. I didn't pick it.
At least it didn't sink. So, let me just say, hang in there. And with everything that's happened in the last couple of months, and especially the last few weeks, you just be joyful, and maybe in 4 more years, you can sing Happy Days Are Here again. Happy Days are here again.
Coming up, Elizabeth Taylor and Funny Girl. Ladies and gentlemen, Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh, God, it's so good to see you, Barbara. Thank you, so do you. I have been so overwhelmed by your talent that for years I have been terrified of you. I've been scared to come up to you and like girl talk or like say, do you remember when we were at that party and somebody lost their knickers or whatever? You were just too big, too perfect, too wonderful. And I now know, in the last 2 years since you've been married, that happiness just radiates out of you, that I felt I could touch you, that I could reach you, that I could talk to you, that I could tell you how much I adore you. I care for you so much, it makes me want to cry. I really love you. And thank you, Barbara, for everything you've given us all. God bless.
Suppose all you ever had for breakfast was onion rolls. Now, all of a sudden, one morning, in walks a bagel. So, I mean, you take a look at it and you say, what is that? Until you tried it, so that's my trouble.
What's your trouble?
I'm a bagel on a plate full of onion rolls.
Fanny Bryce and I were so alike, it was scary. I knew she was a kindred spirit. I knew that if I could be truthful to my feelings, even about myself, my looks, all that stuff, I would do her justice. Working with Herb Ross, who was the choreographer. I had so much fun taking ballet class every day and working on this Swan Lake number. It was cut down for the film, but I had the best time because I always wanted to be a ballerina as my childhood ambition. The piece that was taken out of it was a pas de deux between me and Tommy Rawl. Very funny piece. We had so much fun making it. I loved the ending, I remember. Even though Funny Girl was a musical, I asked Ray Starr, could he hire a serious director? Because musicals are serious.
You did a lot for me, Nick.
There's a truthful story.
That's what I'm going to remember.
And then happens to have songs.
What did I ever do for you, darling? What did I ever give you that you couldn't have gotten for yourself?
Willie Wyler was one of the greatest directors of all time.
I blew my leg. No one would have given me that but you. And you had made me feel sort of beautiful, you know, for a very long time.
You are beautiful.
I'm a terrible lip syncer. I asked Willie to film my last song live. I work from being in the moment, so how can you sing a song that you recorded 3 months before?
Oh, my man, I love him so. He'll never know. All my life is just despair. But I don't care. When he takes me in his arms, the world is bright. All right.
We had filmed the scene already, and they all liked it. I said it could be so much better if I could do the first half live.
What's the difference if I say, I'll go away?
I said, I don't know where I'm going to become emotional.
When I know I'll come back. On my knees someday. For whatever my man is, I am his forevermore.
The second half was fine lip-synced, and that's what's in the movie.
Oh, my man, I love him so. He'll never know. All my life is just a spare, but I don't care. When he takes me in his arms, the world is bright. All right. What's the difference if I say I'll go away when I know I'll come back on my knees someday? For whatever my man is, I am his
Coming up, Jack Nicholson and What's Up, Doc as the AFI tribute to Barbra.
Hello, darling. Well, hello, darling.
First, I was flattered that I was chosen to play Hello, Dolly, although I thought I was wrong for the part.
Glad to see you, Hank. Let's thank my lucky star.
I loved doing Clear Day with Vincent Minnelli. He was the director.
On a clear day.
And he was so kind and so sweet. And it's funny because you hear these stories about temperament and disagreements, and it couldn't have been further from the truth. This is what used to go on the set of Clear Day. Vincent would say, I see it like this. And I say, really, what I was thinking was something like this.
My name is Melinda.
And he would go, I like your idea better. And I would say, no, Vincent, I like your idea better. That was so funny working with Jack Nicholson on that movie. I had never heard of him before.
Dad!
But then he turned out to be Jack Nicholson.
How are you?
What are you doing here?
Well, you know, same old thing. Looking for myself.
Yeah, but what are you doing here?
Well, I thought I might take a course in anatomy. Maybe I'll find out how you do all those wonderful things.
Oh, for Pete's sake, don't say anything about that around here. I mean, will you? For Pete's sake.
Why? It's not un-American. I mean, you've got some kind of psychic power, that's all. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, to you maybe. That's because you're a nut.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Nicholson.
You know, Barbara, I didn't remember that I was in a Barbra Streisand. They didn't show this when I was down here for my tribute, and I'm pissed. But I thought if I kept my remarks brief and just told you how much I admire you and love you, and how grateful we all are for all the great pleasure that you've given us, that you might not, for once, talk about how stiff I was in that particular picture. You're great. Thank you very much.
I should have done more comedy, I suppose. Owl and the Pussycat was funny. That was funny. Buck Henry wrote a very funny movie. What's the matter?
You expecting company?
This happens to be a very expensive creation, you know. I had to send away for it.
Did it come in a plain brown wrapper?
It's one of my modeling outfits.
For whom do you model? The Boston Strangler?
Listen, Mr. Sherman, if you're nice, I'll let you try it on sometime.
She's very tough and very sentimental at the same time, which I think is something she's used in films very well.
Up the Sandbox was the first film I did for my own company, Barwood Films. It was 1972. It's about a woman who's pregnant and hiding the fact from her family because she's not sure she wants the baby. So since it dealt with abortion and whether or not one should have it, and the fantasy life of a woman.
Won't you ever shut up? I don't come around here and tell you how to live. But you come barging in on me anytime you feel like it. Can you imagine what would happen if we lived in the same state? You wouldn't let up till you turned my kids into narrow-minded, prejudiced, overweight, split-level schnooks.
See, that's the way you are. It never occurs to you to think about what your children or your husband or your parents might like. No, you're selfish. That's what you are.
I don't want to live near you. If this is what it's like to be a mother, I turn in my ovaries.
It's too late now, dear.
What do you mean by that?
You already have 2 little investments in the future. And listen, everybody, hold on to your hat. I got news for you. He's already got a little bun in the oven. He's going to have 3, just like me.
She's absolutely crazy. Don't listen to her.
The director of Up the Sandbox, Irvin Kershner.
That's what she's really like. She'll kill you. She's a murderess. That's what people told me before I directed Up the Sandbox. Of course, they were wrong, because I discovered that working with her, I had the most wonderful, joyous time of my career. You are beautiful in any light, at any angle, as a woman and as an artist. Congratulations, Barbra.
Was it something I said?
I beg your pardon.
Listen, what do you think I am? A piece of ripe fruit you can squeeze the juice out of and cast aside?
Miss, I think you're making a mistake.
Sure, that's all I am to you. A mistake. A clerical error. Erase me. Forget you even know my name.
I don't know your name.
Judy Maxwell.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Could you let go of my hand?
I don't think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan O'Neal.
How lucky I was to be the object of your torturous affections, mixed up luggage, a pie fight, gunshots, a car chase through Chinatown, and all of it, Barbra, with you at the center. Some say this film has become an icon of Republican wish fulfillment. Wherever you go, trouble. But we love you, Barbra, and love, as you well remember, means never having to say you're sorry.
I never understood What's Up, Doc. I mean, Buck Henry wrote a very funny script, but I didn't understand it.
What's Up, Doc is a farce, which generally means that it's about nothing except itself.
Eunice, Howard. Eunice. Oh, we've almost got that stammer cured. Sit down, dear.
How?
Howard. These don't get stuck on names. It's probably the excitement of meeting you for the first time.
When you get a voice that's so substantial, and whose rhythm and intonation you can hear in your head when you're doing dialogue, that's an enormous gift for any writer to get. So if you got Barbra to write for you, you're already halfway there.
I believe you dropped something.
What do you think you're doing?
I think I'm taking a bath, aren't I?
If you're not out of here, in 2 minutes, I'm calling the police.
Who do you think they'll arrest? The girl in the tub or the guy with his pants down?
Peter Bogdanovich kept it moving at a pace I, as a writer, could only dream about.
Here they come!
It's a roller coaster. It just keeps on going, and Barbra is hilarious. I just put every joke I could think of, physical, verbal, everything else, into this bag. Peter shot them all and added a few of his own.
We can make it! No. We can make it! I don't think we can make it.
Good evening, Mrs. Brolin. I won't say that I've known you longer than anyone in that room, but when we met, my rent was $13 a week. You, I think, were not much more than 13 years old. You were the babysitter for the leading lady in a play I was doing, and even then, you had that one-of-a-kind mix of intelligence, critical skepticism, and eroticism that we now know and love so well. Who knew you could sing? Not me. All I knew that you'd sit next to me at the piano bench in the green room and you'd vaguely disapprove of my chord changes as you babysat. But speaking as someone who knows you well enough to remember your cholesterol levels, I'm proud to be your friend, not only because of your integrity as an artist, but your integrity as a citizen, and your willingness to risk speaking up for what you think is right, no matter what it costs you. I just remembered going on and on like this about you at a dinner in 1972 when you stood up at the table and you yelled, "Please, I'm not dead yet." Okay, Barbara, you were right. You know, I got stories. I have so many stories I'm sure I could get big laughs on, but I can't really feel that room, so I'll save them for Jim when he and I go out on the town together. L'chaim, Barbara, keep it up. L'chaim.
Coming up, Dustin Hoffman and The Way We Were. Ladies and gentlemen, Dustin Hoffman.
I first met Barbra in 1960-62 at the Theater Studio of New York. That was a place somewhere on 10th Avenue, and Kurt Conway taught there, and it's where Barbra studied. But because funds were low, we were both lucky enough to get a work scholarship, which meant we were janitors of the Theater Studio of New York. I cleaned the men's room, and Barbra cleaned the ladies' room. We never got together romantically because I think we were both trying to step up. But I did wind up going with her roommate, Elaine, who kept telling me that I had to hear Barbra sing. But being 22 years old, I was only interested in trying to make Elaine sing. Sorry, I know your son's sitting next to you. Anyway, one day Elaine said to me, she's going to be on TV. You got to watch her. And I remember that the show was in black and white. It was a local show, New York City. It was hosted by Mike Wallace. And I'm watching it, and Barbra came out, and she sat on a high stool and began chatting with Mr. Wallace while chewing what looked like about 2 packs of chewing gum in her mouth. And then Mr. Wallace said something like, "Well, you want to sing now?" And Barbra said, "Sure." And she took what looked like a golf ball-sized wad of gum out of her mouth, and she put it underneath the stool. Years later, she told me that that was not an accident, it was an acting choice. Anyway, I think there was a piano, and the guy started to play, and Barbra started to sing, and this thing came up through her throat and out of her mouth, and my jaw dropped, and the hair rose on my arms and the back of my neck, like they have a few times this evening, with, I think, a lot of people here. And I think it was the first time that I have ever seen that kind of talent from somebody that I knew. The talent was so big that I vowed never to speak to her again. You're not done yet. And that's the way we were.
I loved making The Way We Were. I loved that script. I loved that story. I guess I'm political myself. I like stories about characters that are activists and passionate about life, politics.
I guess I do need an introduction.
Back up, Katie! Yeah, all the way to Moscow!
You can still take communion and like the Soviet Union.
What's cooking in the Kremlin, Katie?
The Kremlin is worried about the civil war in Spain, are you?
I loved working with Bob Redford because he has a fascinating inner life. And therefore, there's always something to listen to and to look into his soul, look into his eyes. Can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
You smile all the time?
No. No. No.
It's always a bit mysterious. And therefore, there's always something to be intrigued by.
Look, Katie,
Oh, God, please don't start a sentence with look. It's always bad news.
I don't think we're going to make it, Katie.
By the way, most of the great love stories, you don't get the guy. Oh, but I promise I won't touch you. I beg you. I'll embarrass you. But, you see, I have to talk to my best friend about someone we both know. So could you please come over right away, please? I loved working with Sidney Pollack because he was an actor himself, so he really understood the actor's process.
Now, what in the hell did anybody ever go to jail for? For what? A political spat?
Hubble, you are telling me to close my eyes and to watch people being destroyed so that you can go on working. Working in a town that doesn't have spine enough to stand up for anything but making a blessed buck.
I'm telling you that people are more important than any damn witch hunt. You and me. Not causes, not principles.
Hubble, people are their principles.
Oh, God.
Ladies and gentlemen, the director of The Way We Were, Sidney Pollack.
I think one of the only good things about getting a little older is that things in your life start to find a shape, and they find patterns, including relationships. I got the director in The Way We Were. It was like being given a great big present. And of course, when I went home every night and was just about to sit down to dinner, the phone would ring. Guess who? So I not only got to direct her, I got to have dinner with her every night. But I would go into work every day and I would watch her fill that role with so much longing and passion and poignancy and truth that it was a big high. And then more years went by, and I got to see a screening of Yentl early on, and I don't know what happened to me. I mean, I was running around so happy. I didn't have anything to do with it. But I should have wanted to punch her in the mouth. I mean, she went so fast past beginning and landed full-blown into accomplished. And I started to get used to the idea that this lady was never going to be an amateur at anything. I love you, Barbara, for so many hours of pleasure you've given me as a singer, as an actress, as a collaborator, as a director, and as a friend.
The girl is lovely, Hubble. Why don't you bring her for a drink when you come?
I can't.
I know.
Working with Barbra, I hold as one of the high points of my film experience. I knew her before, chiefly as a performer. On that level, I thought she was talented, innovative, and sure. Sure of her ability, her craft, but also sure of what she wanted from it. Her power as a performer created an inner beauty that made the prospect of working with her attractive. With someone so determined and in such control of herself, there were certain to be stories about how difficult she was, but such stories abound in our business and are probably best ignored. Well, guess what? She was a pain in the ass. Just kidding. She was a delight, and our connection was a delight. She was simply very alive. A critic, tough on herself, questioning, doubting, putting forth a huge effort to be the best she could be. So, quite contrary to any foregone notions, she was a joy. I will keep that experience in the sphere of fondest memory. I cannot imagine a more deserving recipient of tonight's award.
Hey, Arbor Miss, great idea.
This summer, Fox takes reality television where it's never gone before. Murder in Small Town X, coming soon to Fox.
Love, soft as an easy chair. Love, fresh as the morning air.
It was so gratifying to be able to stand in a booth, design a shot that just went around in one continuous move so I could sing the whole song without a cut.
Seen by two. You and I will make each night a pearl. Every day I'll begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Christopherson.
Making A Star Is Born with Barbra was a challenge I didn't always respond to gracefully, but our hearts were in it, and we did some wonderful work together, and the critics clobbered it. It was great training for Heaven's Gate for me. Yeah. I think maybe the Old Boys Network thought she was an uppity female. I don't know where they got that idea. But it was probably for the same reasons that I respect her, for fighting for what she believes in and for her fierce dedication to the realization of the dream. It ain't for sissies. And I respect that. But I love the little girl I saw in her eyes in those soft scenes, like on the stairway. Thanks, Barbra, for everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, Quincy Jones.
Absolutely ageless, PJ. And evergreen. That's you, baby. We met a long time ago on a very special night, the Grammy Awards in 1963. You won a Grammy, your first one, and I won a Grammy, my first one. For range and count basis, I can't stop loving you. And that's still the way I feel about you today. But they told me to keep this away from music and just about movies. And so if I can't talk about your Grammy, I'll talk about your Oscar, which you won for writing Evergreen. I remember thinking at the time that if she's going to start writing music too, look out, world, because she's going to impact history all over again. I love you.
Barbra? Barbra? I can't hear you. Barbra, I can't see you. But I'd love to see you. I bet you look like butter. Barbra, please enjoy your night. Tonight won't be just any night. Tonight, no one's gonna rain on your parade. Barbra, I would love so much to be there with you tonight, but I can't. I just to tell you how I feel instead, okay? You are an artist that touches me deeply, and I've admitted this to you personally, but I haven't admitted in front of thousands of people. When I'm alone in my airplane and I put on one of your many musical contributions, it never fails to make me cry. And when I watch your movies, it never ceases to amaze me of your continual effort to understand the human condition. I'm so proud to be your friend, and that you allow me to be in your life on a very constant basis. And in Hollywood, you know that's very rare. You give us, so many of us, inspiration to be better at what we do. You raise the stakes all the time, and without that, we have nowhere to go. I've tried to analyze it, but what I think it is that you simply bring out the passion in all of us. Clearly, I love you, and I think it's so smart of the AFI to give you this award tonight. And if it were up to me, I'd give you all the awards. So, congratulations. I love you. Have a great night.
Coming up, Clint Eastwood and Yentl.
Howdy. Nothing gets a studio executive more excited than when an actor or an actress comes before him and says, I want to direct my next picture. It kind of reminds you of that little cartoon character, the droopy dog, and that's very exciting. So anyway, the only thing that could make him even more excited yet is if somebody comes and says, I want to direct my next picture, I want to write, produce, and act, and everything in it. And then by the way, the name of that picture is Yentl. And they go, Yentl? What is Yentl? I don't know. They're going, forget it. It's Isaac Singer's wonderful story about a girl who wants to study the Talmud, but... And Barbra, she holds out the final thing. She says, it is a musical. And right away, they all relax. Oh, but anyway, she was a very, very persevering person, great tenacity, great conviction. 19 years it took her to get that picture made, and she finally got it done, and she went on to direct other good films, and she's just fantastic. So my hat's off to you, darling.
I didn't know whether to direct Yentl. I wanted to direct it, but I was afraid to direct it, and I was looking for some sort of sign. Do I direct Yentl? A week later, my brother sends me the only picture I have with my father, with my arm around the tombstone. In the story Yentl, she takes on the name Anshul, her dead brother's name. What do you think the name of the tombstone next to my father is? It's Anshul. It's Anshul. And I did the movie. I wanted to film what I was going to film, so I rented a costume of the period in Czechoslovakia, and I would film arches of streets, natural lighting, which I love, frosted glass windows, many things we duplicated when it came to designing the set. Hello, Sophie. Is Alvin here? Yentl, the yeshiva boy, is about a woman trying to study in a man's world.
You're in the wrong place, miss.
What?
Books for women are over here. Novels, very romantic.
I'd like to buy this one, please.
Sacred books are for men.
Why?
It's a law, that's why.
When I directed Yentl, it was fantastic for me because I was able to have a father for a while. I actually had a father for a while. A father who I think would have been like my father, who would have taught me.
Get the book.
Thank you, Papa.
Thank you, Papa. Thank you, Papa. The shutters, darling.
We don't have to hide my studying from God, then why from the neighbors?
Why? Because I trust God will understand. I'm not so sure about the neighbors.
I chose Nehemiah Persoff because I thought he was a wonderful actor, and he also had such warmth and kindness. It's a different experience, I'm sure, for an actor to work with someone who's also directing them, because they're looking at me as an actress, but they also know that I'm going to give them notes after the scene. Let's just do one very, very simple. Don't do the acting.
Yeah.
Pushing it.
Okay.
Don't push anything.
Yeah. Too much tears?
Yeah. Yes, please. What the advantage is that sometimes because I'm in the scene with them and the camera's over my shoulder, I can improvise with them and get something out of them right at the moment. I just do that last moment. I thank thee forever and ever. And then kiss my head and then say, forgive me, God, forgive me.
Thou hast given me a daughter who brings me great pride and pleasure. And for this kindness, I thank thee forever and ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nehemiah Persoff.
Barbra, the first time we met to discuss my role in Yentl was when you invited me to tea at your house in London. I was so excited. But at the same time, I was so angry with myself because we were just days before filming and I could not make emotional contact with the character. And over tea, we talked about this and that, and you told me about your childhood, about the loss of your father at a very tender age, about your hopes, your ambitions, your frustrations. So when we started reading the scenes, I looked at you. And I thought as Yentl's father, Yentl, I am so proud of you. And at that moment, the emotion welled up in me, and I glowed with pride. Yes, I glowed. And I made emotional contact with the character right there. And you know, it was on the way back home on the plane when it came to me that all that aimless conversation, I thought was a random conversation, was very well planned. Masterfully planned. I was directed without even knowing it. And isn't that the best, the finest kind of direction any actor can want? So I came here tonight, Barbra, to say thank you and to tell you how honored, deeply honored I am to be here tonight. And to say to you, Barbra, I am so proud of you. For years, for almost 20 years, you've been like a daughter to me. You never call, you never write.
A merciful Father, I'm wrapped in a robe of light, clothed in your glory that spreads its wings over my soul. May I be worthy.
I think Yentl is a piece that comes from the very essence of her.
Forgive me, Papa.
The young woman decides to set out in the world to enter a seminary, which was forbidden to women. She's frightened and alone, and misses her father, who was the closest person to her in the whole world.
Papa, can you hear me? Papa, can you see me? Papa, can you find me in the night?
It's a song which I think tells a great deal about her Yentl, and I think her Barbra.
Papa, how I love you. Papa, how I need you. Papa, how I miss you. Kissing me good
From that moment on, she's leading a secret life.
Anshul, Mrs. Jacobs.
Good evening, Mrs. Jacobs.
Anshul?
I told him that you'd have a room for him.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear, not tonight. My niece is here from Latvia, but she leaves tomorrow.
It's all right. For one night, he can share my bed.
No, I can't.
Why not?
I don't want to impose.
Don't be silly.
Anyway, I'm a restless sleeper.
That's all right. I snore.
When you mask the essence of your sexuality, you're masking yourself.
You told me to tell you when I knew what I wanted. What I do. And it isn't Alvador, so it's no longer a sin. Shh. It's been terrible for you, I know. All this waiting. But it's all right now. You don't have to wait any longer.
Ladies and gentlemen, Amy Irving. One thing I know a lot about is directors. All my life I've had one under my roof, from my father, my first love, my first husband, my husband. They are all perfectionists, controlling, obsessed people with tunnel vision, always concerned about details, and the truth is they probably would have happier lives with the help of a prescription pill. But as an actor, there's nothing better than when all those qualities are targeted right at you, and Barbra fires them out in abundance. Imagine how fortunate I was to be chosen as Barbra's vision of the turn-of-the-century Eastern European Jewish male fantasy. She had me setting the perfect table, preparing the most delicious meals, embroidering the most perfect samplers. If she happened to see me in a flattering light, she would wake up David Watkin, our cinematographer, and tell him to make me look that good. If I were standing by a bowl of peaches, she would grab the makeup artist and say, make her lips match that fruit. The only time I ever saw Barbra out of control was when we were preparing for our wedding night. During rehearsal, every time I went in to kiss her, she would stop and get all kind of giggly. But when the cameras were rolling and the kiss happened, she said with relief, that wasn't so bad, it was like kissing an arm. Barbra, I'm so grateful for all you gave me. You're a giant talent, and your passion is inspiring. I am so proud to be a part of your history. Congrats for tonight, and
I really don't like to cut the camera ever.
Try to listen to me. Try to understand.
My crew would know that I would just say, don't cut, don't cut, don't cut. Just keep rolling, keep rolling. Adjust yourself and keep rolling. Do not cut. I love the first takes of things, the spontaneous first impression. It is interesting to just keep going and do several takes without a cut.
Wait, it's too violent,
Mine! This is mine! This is my doing!
It was your idea.
Mine!
It was your idea!
Mine!
Yes!
This is my doing!
Yes!
Why didn't you tell me you were a woman? Why?
Sorry, wait, let's go back one second. Why didn't you do it? Come on, you're a man.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Mine! This is my doing! Why didn't you tell me you were a man? Come on, you're a man.
All right, yeah, good.
Mine! This is my doing! Why
Why didn't you tell me you were a man? Come on, answer me like a man. I want to know. Come on, answer me like a man. Why didn't you tell me you were a woman?
I was afraid.
Of what?
Of this, of exactly this.
So you lied to me. You lied to a dog. Things I told you, things I wouldn't even tell a wife.
I'm glad you told me.
What kind of a creature are you?
Just a woman.
It's not good enough. I want the answer. Tell me the answer. Why? Why? Why?
I was afraid.
Why?
I wanted to be near you.
Why?
I didn't want to lose you.
Why?
I loved you.
You know that when we finish a song, you hear what it should sound like in your head, you know, and it's never failed. She makes it much better than we hear it in our heads.
With all there is, why settle for just a piece of sky? Papa, I can hear you. Papa, I can see you. Papa, I can feel you. Papa, watch me fly.
Ladies and gentlemen, Angelica Houston.
My father received the AFI Life Achievement Award. It was in this very room 18 years ago. He sat where you sit tonight, Barbara, and I sat to his right. I still sit to his right, and he to my left. He's always with me, and I know he's here tonight, smiling at you with his big, warm grin. It's no secret that my father was drawn to storytellers, mavericks, innovators. And he admired you so, Barbara. You carry the flag for women directors. You inspire us to believe in our talents and to tell our stories. It was Willie Wyler, though, another AFI Life Achievement Award recipient, who first encouraged you to direct. When Funny Girl wrapped, he gave you, his 25-year-old leading lady, a director's megaphone. He saw your talent early, and he encouraged you, as father figures do. This influence also plays a significant role in your second film as a director, although this time the true focus is on the relationship between mothers and sons. The fabulous Prince of Tides.
I have some bad news.
Don't tell me they canceled the American Express card.
Your sister tried to kill herself again. You want to make another joke?
I read Prince of Tides, and I so identified with it. I guess I'm interested in films that are about transformation and growth and about the elevation of the spirit. I was intrigued by the love story between a man and a woman, the love story between parent and child, and the love story between a brother and a sister, and ultimately the love of oneself.
Well, let's face it, Lowenstein. Women are more devious than men. You know, you're great at hiding things. You keep secrets. You smile when you lie. You know, you expect a man to be a tower of strength. And then when he turns out he's got a few weaknesses and some insecurities, what do? You turn around and, damn it, you betray him.
So you feel that your mother betrayed you?
I was talking about my wife.
She's an excellent director. Just excellent. Having been an actress, she knows the problems of the actor. She's very strongly visual. She also thinks in rhythms, musically, because of the music, so she's very attuned to sound, and that translates into scenes of how they rhythmically should play.
Don't do this to me, Lowenstein. Don't do this to me.
I can feel your pain, Tom. I feel it. Let yourself feel it. It takes courage to feel the pain, Tom. You can do it. You can handle it. Don't be afraid. Kept it locked up for so long. Just let it go. Let it go. I want you to cry about, don't you? One day, Pat Conroy came to my house and he said, "Who's the picture on your piano?" And I said, "That's my son Jason." He said, "That's Bernard."
Wait, come on, Bernard. Keep your hands up. Come on, get it. Bernard, turn around and run.
Well, I was going to hire somebody that was more like the football player. Well, my son convinced me he should be more like the violinist.
Okay, well, I guess I'll play this thing I've kind of been working on.
All right.
Can you imagine him studying the violin to be able to play that piece? He studied for 3 months. And I knew, because Jason is that type of person, if he says he will do something, he will do it. And it was incredible. He was so good in that part.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Gould.
Where'd I go? I want to thank you, Mom, for letting me work with you. I really wanted that part. I really wanted to do it. And you certainly didn't have to cast me in it. So the experience really deepened and expanded our relationship on a personal level. So thank you. I'm glad I got to play your son in a film about mothers and sons, and I'm glad to be here as your son to tell you I love you.
Barbra Streisand is the first woman director to receive the AFI Life Achievement Award. A pioneer. But Barbra's groundbreaking contributions to American film are only matched by her great respect for the women directors who came before her. She produced a documentary to remind the world of women like Alice Guy, who in 1896 became the first woman to direct a film. And Lois Weber, one of 12 women directors in 1916. All this before D.W. Griffith, the father of film, made a movie. So among the many talents of Barbra Streisand that we celebrate tonight, add film historian. Barbra, AFI shares your passion for the past and looks to the future as you do, embracing the simple truth that you may be the first woman director to receive this honor, but you won't be the last.
That y is a function of x. And so, hi.
Oh, hi.
I saw you pass by.
Yeah, I was just passing by and...
I'm sorry about calling you the night. I hope I didn't disturb you. So, are we on for Saturday night?
Sure.
Good. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I'll see.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Bridges.
For me, there are two Barbaras. And yes, you could say her mirror has two faces. One shows the reflection of the diva, the perfectionist, the one who always is in control. The other is really adorable. She's rather a funky girl. I mean, what can I say? She's very down to earth. She loves a good dirty joke. She's one of us. Very collaborative. She'll ask your opinion on a shot, on a line in the script, and it doesn't matter who you are. I mean, you know, at first I was very flattered when she asked my opinion, but then I saw her asking other actors and, you know, the prop guy, Tommy, the sound guy, a lady in the elevator. She's interested in what you think. And working with her is the ultimate collaboration, but with the singular vision, Barbra's. And as an actor, you wouldn't want it any other way. Congratulations, Barbra. I love you. You're a treasure.
Around the 12th century, there was a notion known as courtly love, where love had nothing to do with marriage and nothing to do with sex. In most cases, it was defined as a passionate relationship between a knight and a lady of the court who was already married, and so they could never consummate their love.
This ideal of courtly love, it wound up setting a tone for the love story between her and Jeff.
We're not in love. I think we do share a genuine affection for each other. We share a passion for knowledge rather than a physical passion. Although if sex is something that interests you, I'm sure I can provide that on occasion. Give it enough warning.
What are you saying?
I was amazed by how she played the scene where Jeff is yelling at her and she's facing camera and these tears are coming down her eyes.
Most people never get to where we are in regards to sharing and respect. Instead, they try to keep the sex going, and when that fades, then they're on to someone new. That's why our relationship works, because it was never physical. I took every precaution to make sure there was no physical attraction.
And then the scene was over and she was the director again. You just could understand how real the experience was for her and how much she owned it and could bring it up when she needed it and then put it away when she didn't need it.
It's an awful thing to do to a woman my age. Leave her alone with her thoughts.
We did a scene with Betty Bacall where she had to be up all night, and usually we quit shooting around 7, but I said, I'm going to do this next section. She was totally unprepared for it, didn't know the lines. It's exactly the way I wanted it. I wanted her to really search for the right words.
It's an awful thing to look back in your life and realize that you've settled. I always felt I had more time. I was, now inside I feel young, like a kid, but it's just a beginning. I have everything ahead of me. But I don't. So, I guess I am jealous.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lauren Bacall.
Barbra. Barbra, there's so much to say. Everyone has said it better than I can, but my feeling for you is most special because, after all, I'm your mother. What an amazing director you were. Complete, endless good taste, and total focus. And whether you were directing or acting, you were always completely generous to me. I'll never forget that. You know, that part in that scene and the entire movie was a very, very high point in my career. And I can never thank you enough for that. From the New York opening of Funny Girl until now, I have been an unqualified fan, devoted. I marveled at you then, and I marvel at you now. And as for being jealous, you bet I am.
Barbara, Hillary and I are sorry we can't be with you tonight, and we want to join your many friends and admirers around the country and around the world in congratulating you on receiving the American Film Institute's Lifetime Achievement Award. Not surprisingly, you are the first woman director ever to receive this award. It is richly deserved. I'm sure I'm not the only one of your friends who's noticed that you tend to try to direct things not only on screen but off as well. I don't know how many times over the last 8 years when I'd get a fax or a call from you trying to help direct me to make America and the world better for our children and our future. You deserve this Life Achievement Award. We congratulate you on it, and I thank you for your friendship.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sidney Poitier.
The AFI Life Achievement Award is presented to a single honoree whose talent has, in a fundamental way, advanced the film art, whose accomplishment has been acknowledged by scholars, critics, professional peers, and the general public, and whose work has stood the test of time. And it is so, Barbra Streisand. You have traveled far to be with us tonight, with standards so high, it's as if you have made the journey on the tips of your toes, always reaching out, reaching up for something greater. As an artist, you reach toward the world through the open door of your heart. And the world reaches back, rushes in, and fills you with its awe. It is here that we, your contemporaries, your onlookers, your fans, learn that at the center of the artist and the woman is a deep-seated need to serve other people. Not only to entertain them, but to give them a voice. Tonight, we honor you, Barbra Streisand, and we thank you for giving us that voice that echoes so beautifully across time. Ladies and gentlemen, Barbra Streisand.
Thank you so much. I told them in front, I said, you know, I don't think my life and career could fill a whole evening. I really didn't think that. So I am really very surprised and extremely touched. First, let me thank the many people who have come here tonight for me, especially those of you who told their stories, got up and spoke. I mean, it is hard, isn't it? Isn't it just to get up and say anything? You know, we can make movies and do all these things, but it's hard to get up and just talk. I can't tell you how deeply humbled I am to be in the company of the men and women who have been honored before me. Orson Welles, my first teacher, William Wyler, John Huston, your daddy, Angelica, Robert Wise, the actors, Jack Nicholson, Dustin Hoffman, Clint Eastwood, Sidney Poitier, Elizabeth Taylor, and Bette Davis, to name just a few. Now, Bette Davis made over 80 films in her career, and I've only made 16. Which means for me to make that many films, at the rate I'm going, I'd be 120 years old before I got this award. No doubt having just wrapped another sequel to Funny Girl, Funny Grandma maybe, you know. You see, I've always wanted to be an actress, ever since I can remember. At 13, I auditioned for a radio show playing Joan of Arc. At 15, I remember doing a scene from Medea in acting class. 16 was an important year for me. I saw an old film starring Eleonora Duse, the great Italian actress. And I'll never forget watching those flickering images, being so impressed by the economy of her acting. She so inspired me that I practically moved into the 42nd Street Library in New York to read all the plays she was in, because my dream was to be a classical actress. I wanted to play all the great parts: Hedda Gabler, Nora in a Doll's House, Shaw's and Shakespeare's Cleopatra. But tonight, I stand before you, not having done any of it. I got sidetracked, I guess. I couldn't get a job as a dramatic actress, so I started to sing. When I first started my career, I was called a gifted kook. And when I came to Hollywood, I was labeled difficult, opinionated. And then as a director, I graduated to perfectionist, which I don't think was meant as a compliment. So I looked up the meaning of perfectionist. And it says hypercritical, fussy, obsessive striving for perfection. So I looked up obsessive, and it says mysterious, weird, having a persistent, disturbing preoccupation with an often unreasonable idea. No, I don't think that's necessarily true about me. Well, maybe it is a little obsessive to have all the colors of the flowers outside every room in my house match the interiors. But that's because I see the outside as an extension of the inside. Doesn't everybody? This kind of, if you want to call it obsession, holds over into my professional life as well. But I'm sure it's an obsession that most directors share. Before I made Yentl, I flew to Amsterdam to study the Rembrandts because I wanted to see how black the blacks were. Were the edges of the faces hard or soft? Would that affect the lenses we would use? And then there's the light. I wanted the faces of the students who were searching for the answers and the questions to be lit by an inner glow that reminded me of the luminescence of Rembrandt's paint. I wanted to capture that light, which comes from the desire to connect to a higher source, the desire for enlightenment. And I think great movies enlighten us as well. They search for the truth. They capture it, place it into the national conversation. And for me, it's a privilege to to work in an art form that gives you a chance to take chances and gives you a voice to express your sense of injustice, your dedication to the truth. Jim and I go out to the movies a lot, and I realize the true power of the movies when I'm part of the audience. United in the dark, we're really more alike than not alike, caring about the same things, love, peace, hope, family, engaged by a story that springs from the collaboration of artists. So to my collaborators and friends who have supported me, encouraged me, believed in me through the years, Sis Corman, since I was 16 years old, Marty Ehrlichman, since I was 19 years old, Alan and Marilyn Bergman, since I was 18 years old. It seems like we took our first steps together, and now look at the journey we've taken. Thank you so much. To Marvin Hamlish, who was with me in Funny Girl, will probably be with me if I ever do Funny Grandma. To all the directors I've trusted, and to all the actors who put their trust in me, thank you so much. So now what? To tell you the truth, I'd like to do nothing for a while. I'd like to take some time so that when inspiration knocks on my door, I'll be ready to be deliciously consumed and obsessed again. There's still more to do, so much more to learn before I can truly feel worthy of this tremendous honor. And who knows, maybe someday I will play Hedda Gabler. Thank you to the American Film Institute for this incredible, incredible, moving evening, this wonderful tribute. I really appreciate it. Thank you all. Thank you so much.